You know, we get old a lot faster than you think you're going to. I deal with baby boomers every day, and recurring theme is, how did I get so old? How did I get so old so quickly? And here we are, we're in our 60s, some are in our 70s, and we're looking to retire. Now, a lot of my clients are retiring in great shape. They're having a blast. They've got $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a month coming in. They can do anything they want. But I also consult with lots of baby boomers that are just bewildered. How did this happen to me? I should have known better. Well, a recurring theme is that they were dependent on someone else. Their union was going to do this. Their company was going to do this. And what happens is there's mismanagement, and oftentimes the pension plan gets destroyed. If it gets merged, it gets put out of existence. Companies go bankrupt and pension funds go away. Pension funds go bankrupt and the government takes over, and then you get 10 or 15 or 20% of what you thought you were going to get. So all kinds of things happen. You need to take control yourself. So let's just talk about what's going on in the real world. This is what I see on a day-by-day basis, is that the average retiree is getting somewhere around $2,000 a month. That just seems to be a recurring number. Now, the Social Security says that their average 2021 benefit check is $1,543, and a lot of people I speak to retire too early. They retire at 62. They just cannot wait to retire. But when you retire, you lose a lot of your benefits at 62. And the average benefit check is $1,543. I have a big rental portfolio. The least expensive rental I have is $1,650. Do you see the disconnect? The average 2021 Social Security benefit for a whole month is $1,543, and my cheapest rental is $1,650. This becomes a problem. The other problem is married couples get a greater benefit. Now, the average Social Security check for a married couple is $2,600. But we're getting older, and when we die, the surviving spouse doesn't get the full benefits anymore. They only get the greater of the two, which is typically somewhere under $1,600, well under $2,000 a month. And this, of course, is not enough. You can't live on that. We've talked about the fact that study after study after study says that the average American couple maintaining a middle-class existence with their house paid for needs somewhere around $4,500 a month. That's $53,000 a year, and that does not include taxes. Because just because you retire doesn't mean that you don't have to pay your taxes. We're going to get taxed. So that's on top of the $53,000. So you're going to need somewhere $65,000 to $70,000 a year in income just to maintain the average American middle-class existence. Most people don't have that. It's really a problem. Now, a lot of clients that are prepared certainly can. We have strategies for this. So if you're under 65, if you've got 10 years, you've got plenty of time. We can do this for you. Those that are 65 and years and older are going to have some problems. Now, we can take care of that too, but let's continue on and just talk about some of the things that I counter every single day. We have what they call the Bengen rule, or the 4% rule. And that's where you take your nest egg and say, look, I'm 65 years old. I want my nest egg to last. Now, Bengen was a CPA. He was an accountant. He figured out that if you took 4% on a standard stock and bond portfolio, that a 4% withdrawal every year would last you 30 years. But it depleted your nest egg. It depleted your savings. And it really wasn't much of an inflation hedge to it. So after 4%, after 30 years, you were broke. I mean, flat broke. And of course, now you're not 65 any longer, you're 95. Now, we're living a lot longer. Can we live to 95? Absolutely. My wife could live, over 100. And I want her to have money. Here's the other problem, is that the median baby boomer savings is $164,000. Now, I know how hard this is to put $164,000 together, but at the 4% rule, it only gives you $6,560 a year, and it depletes your savings every year. So if you add the $2,500, $2,600 you get from Social Security on average to this $6,600, you're still only about $3,300. And we just said you're going to need somewhere around $4,500 plus tax with which to maintain your lifestyle. So there's a disconnect here. And this is where baby boomers get themselves in trouble. And if you've got $300,000, $300,000 is a lot of money to put together. I know how hard it is to get 300 grand put together. And if you get $300,000, you're in the 83rd percentile. Means that you've got more money than 83% of the baby boomers in America. 300 grand, but only gives you $1,000 a month. 2,600 bucks on top of 1,000 with another 1,000, 3,600 hours. We're still short on how much we need. Now, here's what happens: is you've got this $300,000 or $160,000 nest egg. You're trying to make it last 30 years, but you're short each and every month. So you dip into that nest egg. You dip into that nest egg, and then you dip into the nest egg, and before you know it, it's not going to last you 30 years. What I find is that unless you have a really good source of income that consistently sends you money, you deplete your nest egg really 8 to 10 years. This has been on average 8 to 10 years. So it's not 30 years. It's more like 8 to 10. And then you're in trouble because now you're 75 heading towards 80 and you're broke. It's really, really sad. But I see this absolutely every single day. So 66% of retirees do receive some kind of income from some form of financial instrument, which means that they put their money into CDs, or they've got a couple of bonds, or they've got some form of annuity. But full 50% of the people receiving something, it's less than $1,800 a year. It's no godsend. And even if you work for a company that did give you a pension plan, the median one, the median one, most of us get is less than $9,500. So if you've got $300,000 and you're getting Social Security and you've got a median pension, you have enough money to maintain a middle-class lifestyle for a while. Again, though, you're going to deplete your nest egg. And this becomes the problem because you're going to deplete your nest egg and you're going to be older. Who wants to be 85 years old and a pauper? Who wants to be 85 years old dependent on someone else? You know, say you need to get go live with your great niece. Who wants that? So what you see is that 65 to 75-year-olds are going back to work. You see them at Safeway, you see them at Home Depot, you see them at Lowe's, you see them at every retail store in America as a huge baby boomer workforce. And we're great workers. It's great for us. We get out there, meet people, you can do some things, have a little bit of fun, and you make a few bucks. Typically, though, you're at minimum wage. So maybe you're making anywhere between 12 and 15, 18 bucks. And you're not working 40 hours. You're working part-time. You're getting 20 bucks. So you're supplementing your income by another 1,000 to 1,500 bucks a month. And the reality is that 55% of baby boomers are not retiring. And they're not retiring because they have a problem with their income needs. So 55% of people my age are still working, and they're working because they have to work. Now, if you are working, then let's get together and try and figure out a program for you that you're going to be able to build an income stream for yourself for the rest of your life. This we can still do. If you still have 5 or 10 years before retirement, we can really do some things. We can get some things done. One of the most compelling investments that you can have really for the last decades, for decades, has been real estate rentals. Now, no one wants to be the landlord. We hire people to be our property managers. They're the landlords. We're the investors. We get an income off this. And let me tell you, just with 2 rentals, just 2 would make a huge difference in your life. Now, if you work with us, we're going to try and get you to get 10, because 10 rentals is going to give you somewhere between $12,000 and $18,000 a month for the rest of your life. So somewhere around $150,000 to $225,000 a year, depending on where your rentals are at, in income that grows and grows and grows. And it's a great inflation hedge. And every year for decades, rent has gone up. And the price of these homes have gone up. But just 2, if you just had 2 rentals, 2 free and clear rentals that you want your tenants to pay for over the course of 20 or 30 years, some kind of an investment horizon, you'd be getting about $3,500 a month. We're going to pay the costs on that, and you're still going to have somewhere around $30,000 to $35,000 a year in income for yourself. This is a game changer for most people. It's just an absolute game changer for most people. So talk to us, talk to your financial advisor, find out what you can do for yourself. If you find that you're short on your income, talk to someone. You're welcome to call us. You're welcome to email us. We'll help you in any way we can. Michael at michaeldouville.com. We do this absolutely every single day, and we're really, really good at what we do. We're here to help you. If you have any kind of concerns, we're here to help. Now, this is where I get to toot my horn a little bit. I wrote a couple of books. You're welcome to read these books. This is going to help you. If you like my videos, give me a thumbs up. It really helps for my marketing. It's amazing what YouTube does. You know, the thumbs up really helps. Same with marketing. If you subscribe, that will be really good. And keep in mind, we are literally here to help you if we can at michaeldouville.com. So it's not necessary for you to live in poverty. It's not necessary for you to live in fear. We have strategies, we have programs to help you, even if you're retired. We often have clients come in here 80, 85 years old. They're in the same boat as you. And we're able to put anywhere from $2,000, $3,000, or $4,000 of income into their income streams for themselves each and every month. And it's a game changer for people. So talk to your financial advisor. And you guys are always welcome to reach us. Michael at michaeldouville.com. I'll help you in any way you can. And we are very good at what we do. Bye-bye now.